All right, everyone, welcome back. We have an exciting time. I've got some great news for you. It looks like, for some reason, I have a black screen. And it's not black for you guys, is it?
No.
I
No,
just see you.
Configure.
but every time I click, zoom all the way out. Are we on?
Lighting.
Are we live? We're live, right?
Turn off
We're live.
television. Yeah,
Okay.
we are live. Welcome back, everyone. So it is September 24th. We skipped last week, and I believe we skipped the week before. There was just some scheduling challenges we had. And so tonight we are still shy one player, our newest player, the Bard, Cassius. So his player is not able to join with us tonight, but we are going to continue on because this is now season 4, episode 22, as the Stormbreakers lick their wounds after losing the Ruin Stone. They kind of won the war, won the battle for Leylon, but not against the dragon. The dragon just swooped in there and just wrecked the town, killed off almost all of the berserkers and some of the townsfolk that were fighting the berserkers, and then went right for the tower. Wanted to make sure that no one else would challenge him at the tower, but the dragon was met at the tower by 3 ghostly warriors, the Swords of Leylon, to protect exactly what the dragon was headed to the tower to obtain, the Ruin Stone. As the dragon reached there was fighting ensuing as the Swords of Leylon met him in battle, while the player characters, our heroes, the Stormbreakers, ran back into town. They were outside of town fighting off some drummers. These drummers were doing call lightning, basically, right? And they just scorching the town. So they beat down those guys and then had a choice to either chase down Farrelly Stormsworn, who was on a nearby outcropping of rock overseeing the battle, or they could run in and meet the dragon. And Zith at that point gave 3 of the heroes the power to fly, and then he and Ozus hoofed it back toward town as fast as they could from the forest just north of town. And while those 3 flying players flew forward, the dragon just wiped out the ghosts and knocked them out of the way. They then were just trying to recover and get back into the fight when the 3 joined. The dragon wiped out, just completely blasted Ezra. Right, that was fun, huh, Ezra? And
Yeah,
so
it was great.
Ezra,
Loved
Ezra,
it. Every minute of it.
Ezra became a falling paperweight, large paperweight, and landed to his death, basically bleeding to death, fallen back into town from quite a height, while the other 2, the Bard and Kineas, tried to keep the dragon busy, and they took, I think, another blast, or maybe it was that second blast that ended up taking out Ezra at the same time. He got all 3 of them, and Ezra just fell out of the sky. Zamara surprised everyone by showing up at the last second to try to help Ezra, but amazingly, Ezra was able to wake up on his own. He kind of just miraculously, through some perhaps divine intervention, if you will, after having a vision, speaking with his god, he had to make his last death save, and he rolled a 1. But then someone, I believe it was Zith, gave him his DMI that he had from writing a journal entry, and suddenly we got another reroll. And so we re-rolled and got a 5, and that was horrible, because that was pretty much just as bad as the 1. It still would have killed him outright. So Then Kineas handed him his Dungeon Master inspiration, so he got to re-roll his death save again. And this time he rolled a 20. And to loud cheers from everyone, some table flipping of some sort, he was able to revive and get his one, and then Zamara helped him out as lightning then randomly I rolled a table for other effects during the thing, and the lightning bolt struck the building and caught it on fire. So they ushered out people that were hiding in the basement, as well as Ezra limping out on his own and taking some healing potions. Ezra then, understanding now that he had in his possession the holy hand grenade of the gnomes of Gnomengard, he thought, oh, I could use this and probably do some pretty good damage to this dragon. And so he started to fly up into the sky, but couldn't make it before the dragon basically knocked the other two guys not quite out of commission, but really close, and reached up into the border ethereal using his ethereal arms as a Dracolich ghost, and grabbed the ruin stone directly out of the border ethereal, and then laughing and chortling his victory, he shoved off from the tower, knocking it over. So the entire tower, House of Thalavar, has fallen again, and he flew off toward the Mirror of Dead Men with the ruin stone in his possession. The heroes, seeing that the undead forces have pulled back, just decided not to attack. Apparently objective achieved. They pulled back out of town. They even saw Ularan Mortis on a hill to the south of town on his bony horse. They made him out from a distance there and saw that he had seen his job here was done, and he called back his forces, blew a horn, and then just kind of trotted off into the darkness back toward the mirror. All of the undead in town retreated, victorious, and the townspeople were, of course, very relieved and glad, but they felt the depression of the empty victory. The town, not completely stacked, now once again lay in near ruin, needing another rebuilding, as it just seems to be the lot for this town, the way things work for this poor town of Leylon. But now the heroes, as they were headed back to their home, which surprisingly had not been too terribly damaged, they went past Aubrey's Peculiarity Shop and noticed immediately that this building that this shop was in complete ruin, but as if it were never rebuilt, like it was in ruin from 100 years ago, completely in pure disarray. Zith walked in to explore a little bit and realized that there were no goods in this. It wasn't like it was destroyed in this battle. It was like it was never there. And he looked and noticed that the triptych was over the counter, which also was ruined and broken. But the triptych was in good shape, and it had 3 figures on it now instead of just 2 with one scratched out. There were now 3 figures, and the third, of course, was Aubrey himself, one of the Swords of Leylon ghosts that engaged the dragon. But those ghosts now have not been seen since that moment that they were trying to get back and help them in the fight that they were in. But they have vanished, and apparently Aubrey's has vanished as well. Zith asked some people in the town about Aubrey's, what happened to Aubrey's, and the people he asked had no idea what he was talking about. There's never been a place called Aubrey's, and what's he talking about? And that building was never rebuilt, and all this stuff. So it appears that Aubrey's existence and his shop was purely a ghostly figment of a reality that no one else was able to see or participate in. Just the heroes. So now, after a long rest and leveling up, now everyone is 13th level.
I did not do that.
And having a long rest, they are now trying to make sense of what to do next. Word has come from Lord Dagult Neverember congratulating them basically on their at least surviving. If nothing more, they have at least survived. So Leylon now has more rebuilding. It was at least saved from being razed again after the dragon took care of opposing barbarian forces in town and a fair number of town soldiers as well. He turned his attention to the tower, the heroes engaged, etc. So with that now, this new treasure, Uluran, pleased with the defeat of the barbarians and the success of his troops and dragon, he pulled back into the mirror as well. The Talos cultists and barbarians also retreated, severely beat, but definitely back. Word has come from Lord Dagult Neverember that an 8,000 gold piece bounty has now been placed on the heads of each of those two cult leaders. Faralai Stormsworn, 8,000 gold pieces. Uluran Mortis, 8,000 gold pieces. Word also has it that Faralai is likely again aboard her prized dreadnought, Emberlost, sailing the Sword Coast with a haunting fog cloud surrounding it. Neverwinter has sent out a few diviners as well down to the mirror to try to triangulate the location of Ebondeath's mausoleum that has been previously lost to the ravages of time in the salt marshes of the mirror. And so with that, we shall turn to our players, and I'll ask you, what are your thoughts and plans about how this battle has gone? Let's begin with Ozus.
Well, I wish we would have gotten to the dragon a little bit sooner. I felt like we were running around a little bit too much, but it was, I mean, we held him off at the gates, but he still broke through, so. I don't know. I think maybe we should have a better game plan next time. Would anyone agree, or?
I mean, yeah, but next time I hope.
Yeah. We're a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, you were running from one thing to another, trying to stop the overwhelming number of forces from just taking over Leylon, and you succeeded everywhere you went, except the final battle against the dragon. And it was just that you were actually not doing too bad until you lost Ezra, and then even Cassius, I think, took too much damage from the fiery breath, and he succumbed as well. But you were able to get to him. I remember people fell and able to get him and keep him. You guys were all running up into the tower, all this kind of stuff. But then the tower got knocked down. So everyone was trying and just couldn't keep up with the dragon. The dragon just was a little too powerful, or maybe just had too much advantage at this point. So,
well, I don't know if we were. I don't think we were. I think we were worn down, is what we were. By the time we got to him, we were so weak. I mean, it was like.
So you think you might,
I thought for sure.
If you're well rested, you might have a better chance. Yeah.
Well, I think if we look at our economy a little bit better when we're in combat, I think that we need to do that, and we need to line up our spells. And
yeah, Ezra, what are your thoughts? Those are great, Ozus. Thanks, Ezra. Tell me about what you remember of your vision with Moradin, and what are your thoughts about where you are now?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't remember all of the details with my discussion with Moradin off the top of my head. I mean, I definitely agree with. What was that?
That's okay too.
Yeah.
So I definitely I agree with Ozus that, like, I think we definitely need to have like a better plan when it comes to like dragon.
Or
Like we did. I think we did well, all things considered, throughout all the other fights. But we, I know personally I need to go over my spells and really optimize for tougher battles, and not just with healing, but with um, you know, buffs that allow
Yeah.
us to survive a little bit better.
You guys were certainly kind of wiped out on spells. So some
Yeah.
of your biggest firepower, you'd used it already in some other areas, and so by the time that you're there for the dragon, and then I think you had completely forgotten, as a whole group, that you had the Nomengard grenade, which was a separate quest that you went on specifically to obtain a weapon to use against the dragon. And by the time that ever happened, you'd already been fighting a new cult to show up in Neverwinter and getting a ship and doing all kinds of. There's a lot of things that happened between then and now that you'd actually forgotten it was even in your party inventory. So that vision, Ezra, in a big way, was Moradin reminding you that you had a weapon in your hands available, right? So you pulled that out and started to fly up toward the tower, but you were too late. Meanwhile, King Kong was climbing up the tower as well, right? So that was cool. Kineas, you'd still...
Hey, I wasn't climbing, I was flying.
No, I think that you were like digging your fingers in, weren't you? I recall you climbing up the tower. Yeah.
I got like a couple feet up before it started falling.
Right. Yeah, and then the tower got knocked over, so you didn't get very far. Good. Okay, so I think we've got a lot of interesting details, but now tell me, Kineas, what are your thoughts right now for your team?
We have to get the dragon first. That's our top priority. It has the ruin spell, which means at any moment Zith will be fucked out of existence. Fans would prefer to go after Fairlight, but honestly, Zith more important. We just gotta make sure everybody's safe, but priorities have to be determined, and Ruinstone is the biggest.
Okay, yeah. So next question is aimed at Zith. Since your fate hangs in the balance here, what do you think about how things went and where you're going to go next? What's in your future, if you have one?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Mechanical question first.
Yeah.
I said a lot of hilarious things while I was on mute. I'm very sad that nobody caught them on YouTube. I didn't level up in our break, so I'm scrambling now. I don't know if I'll get spells, but whatever. For hit dice, we just go in and we roll whatever our hit dice is and just add that to the number, right? There's no bonuses on top. The bonuses are factored in. Yeah,
those get added.
Okay, cool. So Zith, as Kineas is speaking, sort of, would demur when Kineas was so sweet to worry about Zith's existence, which at this point Zith is, I don't think he would share this with everyone else, but Zith is resigned to the fact that, given the way things shook out, his hours are even numbered. And Zith's reaction to that realization is odd in that he's a pretty self-centered, egotistical guy, mainly worried about number one, but he sort of feels like there's not much he can do to affect what's going to happen to him. So he's going to err on the side of doing what he thinks is best for the coast and the best to like avoid his visions of what happens escalating and getting worse. So while he does think that Kineas is right at a base level, he also just realized that they got their asses kicked pretty handily. In the end, by the dragon, I do agree with Ezra. We did fight well, frankly, on the perimeter, and did the things we needed to do to save the town as much as that we could. But Ebendeth may be a bridge too far, and he's seriously considering potentially trying to make some sort of even temporary pact with Farrelly, if that's possible. He doesn't have the experience with Farrelly that Ozus and Kineas do, but he doesn't think that just the swords are gonna be enough. Not the swords. That the Stormbreakers are going to be enough to really challenge Ebendeth. So he's not thinking too much about himself. He's open to everybody's input. Like I said, Kineas and Ozus have way more insight into Farrelly than he does. But that would be his suggestion.
Okay. That's interesting, huh?
And I do want to go take one more spin around Aubrey's before we leave town. Either way, because I don't know, something just didn't sit right, and maybe there is something there that we missed. But we're just exhausted. I mean, I in my head, I think of us just like literally barely making it to our HQ, just the crap that beat out of us. Hopefully Ozus has enough energy left to make us some food, because we haven't eaten in days. I don't think we've slept, well, in sessions, I should say. And yeah, we are not good shape and not in the right shape to go examine a breeze. So there.
Okay.
If Operates is there.
Well, yeah, the building that once we thought was a breeze. I feel like we might have missed.
So
Mars.
I'm talking to him. Yep.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you. So what is your plan? They've got some diviners that are coming down or may already be there trying to sort out where the dragon went, so you can at least hone in on his coordinates, so to speak. So could do that, but what else is there? So we definitely want to swing by Aubrey's. Anybody else have anything to do? The temple to Kasuth
I was going to ask you.
took some damage, so it's going to need to have some rebuilding going on, but the flame is still burning.
Okay,
the building
cool.
itself has got some damage.
And,
I was
and,
gonna
the,
go ahead, Oscar.
and what happened to the character with the long name, Mr. Firestick?
Yeah, Firstanandanana.
Yeah. Okay.
He has not been. You haven't seen him yet. So remember, he's a traveling merchant. He travels, and he's the one who, worked on getting it rebuilt. So he may show up here soon, because once he has heard that Leylon has been attacked, he may want to come here to rally the builders and help get the town rebuilt and so forth. Okay.
Okay.
Kineas, what did you say?
So currently, my priority, I guess, after this is find my 2 level 1 warlocks. So I recruited and brought to the town, Alistair and Sophia.
I'm sorry.
and see if
Will you
they're
yeah. Just will you
if
say that
they're
again, please?
alive. Yes.
Oh, your warlocks. Yeah. That's what you're asking about?
And if they're fine, A, make sure they're actually okay. B, make sure even that anyone who needs, who's like trapped into rubble or stuff, try to help around, keep people up and at them.
Okay. Yeah,
Help
so you
around
will
town
find
after
yeah, you'll find both of those guys have survived the battle. They were helping to escort survivors out of the town and evacuate to safety. And so they've shuffled them back into town again so that they can, start to pick up the pieces.
Congratulate them. Tell them they did a great job. Keep it up, and kind of explain to them a little bit of what's happening.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they're like, oh wow, well, we're gonna be busy here, I think. This town sure needs a lot of help.
Oh yeah.
What happened to the lizard folk? Is the chieftain still around? I mean, I go to find him. I think
Okay.
the first thing I do is I look for Sparky. And then the second thing I think I do is go to our house, and then, of course, the temple, and then I'm the chieftain. So it would be in that order.
Sparky will find you after the dragon leaves, and he'll settle in as he shakes his fur off. The fire kind of goes out and back into his, burnt, embered coat as he shakes off all of his flame that was fully going. And there's definitely signs of, half orc on his breath as he took out a bunch of those guys that he could over at the north gate.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will see that the lizard men are there. Several of them have perished in the battle. Some just taken over with necrotic damage from the dragon's breath weapon as he, just flew over the town, just blasting everything he could. And so the chief is there. He would not have been engaged in the front line, but would have been coordinating sounds, calling out the clicking sounds and so forth to move people around the battlefield and calling out to where they needed to be attacking next, etc. So when they took out those ghouls, ghasts, I think they were ghasts. No, yeah, they were ghasts. When they took out those guys, they maybe they were whites. What were they? Whites at the very beginning? It might have been ghasts. I think
one looked like Michael Jackson, the others looked like Tito. So
yeah.
I always get the two mixed up. So
they're moonwalking. So yeah, so they are kind of taking their dead back to the mirror.
Okay.
And so that's how kind of that part of it ends. They were not all wiped out, but they took some serious casualties in the defense of the town. There'll be a couple lizard men kind of staying by with the town themselves. They'll probably post themselves either at the ruins of the House of Thalavar, where they have some oversight over the town, with some of the remaining soldiers, kind of keeping watch as much as they can. Or they'll be kind of in the marshes, just outside of the dock area that's there, and they'll be kind of patrolling that, making sure that no other undead remain. They're kind of like going through some of those marsh waters and making sure they're clear.
But overall, I mean, the town, everyone's happy that they were there to help, and then I want to make sure that we're still on a good run here.
Yeah, so you can have a conversation with the chief, and he'll basically express his condolences for the loss of the townspeople. They were our stewardship. Our pact is still good.
And I'll make sure that you get the recognition for helping out the town, and that, you know, we're always here to help each other.
Cool. You
Okay.
guys will also learn that the person, Zith, that was underneath the boat that the bone claw was on top of was actually Valdi Estepar. She had taken refuge there when the attack began. She was actually at the docks doing early morning prep for the boats to go out. And so she hid there, but the bone claw came up out of the mirror and was trying to kind of taunt her out, and you attracted his attention away from her. So in effect, sparing her life, and she makes sure to recognize you for that as well, and thank you.
Be humbled, and I'm glad you lived through this terrible onslaught. And we hope to keep live on, and its remaining inhabitants at least defended, if not safe.
Okay. So a day may go by, another day. So you all have a chance to have leveled up, fully rested, fully healed, kind of recovered from the massive battle that you survived, and helped the town itself weather. And then there is word that the Lord Neverember has also enlisted the aid of scholars from Candlekeep, calling in a favor. And word has come through, just messengers, that because he hasn't had time to hear back on even if the diviners have made any progress, but another messenger comes and says, so obviously he's treating this with some priority and has put quite a large bounty on both of these cult leaders, and he has sent word to meet a monk from Candlekeep at the town square, and he gives a time at noon sharp.
Is that for everyone?
Whoever's going to meet with this monk from Candlekeep.
I will be there.
And
in my finest.
And the monk, and the monk is sent, as far as we know, to do what exactly? To help us, or to?
He has enlisted the aid of Candlekeep. That's all that you really got out of that, was that he's asked Candlekeep to help, and so they have agreed to send someone, and that they will be at the town square at noon.
And what would we know about?
Candlekeep is a long ways away, so that's pretty amazing.
And what would we all know about Candlekeep? Like, would we know of what that means by reputation?
Yeah, maybe Kineas would know more about that. Kineas, what do you think?
Well, my first question is for that. What level of priest are they? Did we get a word on that?
No, just that someone from Candlekeep would be arriving in the town square.
Okay, so for everyone's knowledge, Candlekeep is the the best library in the world. It has almost every book imaginable, and the books they don't have, they're actively collecting. The only way to get into the library itself is to offer them a book they don't have, or at least a rare copy of a book.
Oh. Ooh. Can we get a?
Reason that.
So can we get a cookbook from the lizard folk? I bet you they don't have a cookbook from the lizard folk.
Maybe not. I know that's. I was when I first. A good portion of the reason I even started all this was that I was collecting journal entries to one day submit to even get into the library. And I will take out my little notebook. You all see me writing in plenty of times. I've been writing in this every day. Everything we've done since I started is all in here, waiting to get me into Candlekeep.
Oh, so this is big to do for you.
Yes, Candlekeep is it's not the center of our religion. There's another library somewhere for that. But it's a big deal. It's right outside Baldur's Gate. It's a private little island. It's been assaulted so many times, and it's always come out on top. It worships Denir, Ogma, and the other gods under Ogma. So yeah, it's pretty much. You imagine the House of Knowledge, but 1,000 times better.
So it would be a library at least the size of this whole town.
Probably bigger, yes.
Because it's got very high towers. It's on the coast. Yeah, like the Library of Congress.
But more dangerous.
Yeah.
But more dangerous. Okay.
Yeah, people go missing there all the time.
Oh.
Some books try to kill you. If the rumors are to be believed. According to some facts, they may or may not be like 80% of everyone who goes there never comes out. According to some statistics.
So Ozus doesn't have a problem with books. He just, he likes fire. So it's like he's like torn as a cleric because he knows he's got to read, but it'd be great if the pages were on fire. And somehow it just never works out.
I think they actually have books about fire, on fire, and bringing fire. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a special section for that.
But anyway,
every book imaginable.
Just think of it.
I love what you've done with the place. Okay. Well,
so you're gonna go meet the monk, and the monk is coming here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try not to fanboy too hard.
Jim, are the diviners that were sent around town, or are they in town, or are they?
They basically have to triangulate. So they're each using their divine spells, such as like in the vein of like legend lore.
Yeah.
To try to identify the direction in which they can find the ruin stone. And between three of them, they should be able to locate and pinpoint where it is. So they each have a couple of guards with them, and they are trying to get into different places so they can be far enough apart that it's a meaningful direction, and then they've got to try to triangulate that on a map or something and try to give you at least a nearby location or something. They're trying to find where this dragon would have taken the stone.
Yeah.
If that stone falls into the hands of, well, it's already fallen, but I mean, if it gets used, and Daggalt, I think you told Daggalt, Neverember, that you bound
I
your
did.
soul to
Yep.
it.
Yep.
So at this point, he's trying to just prevent you from, dying, so that it can be used. Because if that gets used, then everybody's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because once they understand the secret of it, and that may be that they're still trying to sort that out, but once they understand the secret of it and try to use it, then all bets are off. If Zith is not consumed in the use of that, then that means that that definitely means that there's going to be some pretty serious trouble, because they can now use it indiscriminately. It says that one of their allies will be destroyed. You guys know this because the swords explained it to you, that the user's ally, or someone that they know, that's the thing. It's someone that they know will be wiped from reality. And so there's a chance that one of their enemies of their choice just disappears, or one of their allies, and they have minions, and they have all kinds of people that at their disposal, they don't care if they disappear. So that's the trick, is if they've... Exactly. So they can just keep using it every day until they can wipe out Daggalt Neverember. Or, Laurel Silverhand. Or whoever else they know. Maybe they know Elminster. They could wipe him out. So this is anything. So this is pretty serious. And it's important that Daggalt make sure that either Zith stays alive long enough to be destroyed, or the rune stone is recovered, or that it's destroyed. Right? Or that Zith goes down with the ruin stone and not before. All right. So based on...
Well, so I think...
What you know, what are you going to do?
Well, I think Zith should take the lead because he has the more at stake here. I mean, my only concern is keeping the lizard folk happy, because I'm building a port here, and because will come back, will fall into place. In fact, will help. I can really send out the call and bring in more pilgrims in. So, I think it's up.
I don't think we should split up. As much as I'm interested in that, and if Kineas wants to go to meet the monk, we should all go to make sure he doesn't embarrass himself first, and second, we should keep each other safe. Zith would, if it's okay with you, Jim, resummon Trusty Ollie, and I would send her with the diviners if I could, and just tell her to come back if there's news of either some success or failure. And then I think we go with Kineas to the monk.
to see what there is to see.
All right. So you guys go to the town square at noon, and it's still kind of an overcast day. The rain has made just kind of a sloppy mud mess of the ash in town from the things that were burnt down. And so there are veins of wet ash all throughout the town square. The shrine to Timora wasn't much, so it wasn't much to begin with. So it's been a simpler task to kind of recreate that structure using wood poles and thatching and so forth. So that's about the only thing in the main area that is rebuilt so fast. But it looks much more like the throwback way back into the days of Phandalin, when there was a little shrine of Timora there that was really just rocks piled up. In the town, though, right above, kind of right in the center of, near the well that's in the town square, there is a sound of rushing wind, and there is a very bright flash of light, and then standing in the middle of the town square is the monk from Candlekeep, who has apparently just teleported himself right into right into the town square. He's dressed in all of his monkish raiment, and he carries with him a couple of large scrolls that are on spindles. And as he kind of adjusts his eyes a little bit, he's wearing these very large glasses that are hanging low on his nose, and he kind of giving him a kind of a mousy look. He straightens his little monk hat, and he kind of looks around and finds kind of gathers in the scene, and the not a lot of people standing there except you guys, because everyone else is kind of busy, sort of picking up the pieces and taking the debris that can't be used over to the temple of Kossuth to burn it. So he goes, the Stormbreakers, I see. I am in the right place. Of course I am. How is everything going? Greetings. And he bows and kind of almost loses his hat. He puts it back on and gets his glasses that started to fall off back on his ears. And he goes, Lord Dagult Neverember has asked us to provide to you information, perhaps on the whereabouts of the Dracolich, Ebon Death, and I guess his new physical raiment of Old Nabon. In spite of diviners being in the area, I suspect it will be difficult to find exactly where this dragon will be laying low, if you will. But my fellows and I have great information to you. Is there a table we can use to spread out these documents?
Yes, you may. If you'd like, you can come to our home. We have a fine table there where we often spread documents.
Very good. I must be quick about it. There are things back in Candlekeep that require my attention. So he goes with you back to your HQ, and there you guys kind of clean off the kitchen table that's used there, and he begins to unravel this large scroll, and he begins to tell the story that that the bard knows quite well, because it's one of his areas of study. But even he will learn a few things from this. The bard explains the history of Ebendeth and how he became the first Dracolich of the cult of the dragon. You see, the cult was very interested in the vision of the cult leader, who proclaimed that he saw the future of the Sword Coast, of all of Toril, where it would be ruled by Dracoliches forever. That they would be the great masters that ruled this whole world. So he took it upon himself and his cult members to go out and find dragons to assist in becoming Dracoliches. And Ebendeth was the first, Shard and Sera Vitriol. After becoming a Dracolich, Ebendeth found his new home in the Mere of Dead Men, where he called his lair the home that used to be called Uth Tower. Do you know much of Uth Tower?
Yes, we've been there before.
Oh, that's right. It's with the one with the grates. Yeah.
When have you been there?
Quite recently, we fought this group of bandits with Chimera, who were guarding a bunch of undead.
And where is this Uth Tower located?
I will take out a map of the Sword Coast and show them where I am telling you the right place, right?
It is. He goes, an easy point of confusion. That is actually Iniarv's tower. Now, the Uthgard were actually quite closely related to Iniarv. He was the wizard of the kingdom. His tower was far removed from Uth Tower, which is now in the middle of the swamp known as the Mere of Dead Men. You see, when they sent help, when the King Uth sent help for Iniarv to stop the orcs and the dwarves and the trolls, Iniarv certainly responded. And his reply was to bring the ocean inland and drown all that were in that area, including King Uth himself. The tower sank into the mere. This is where Ebendeth found his new home. Uth Tower, now beneath, has potentially been raised, but perhaps not. During the Eye of Myrkul, which shone in the sky near the Sundering, the Great Sundering, not too long ago, the Eye of Myrkul was seen in the sky, and certain cultists were trying to call upon the power of Myrkul and Ebendeth, but Ebendeth's skeleton had just disintegrated to dust after he was slain in his undead form already. We have heard tell that his soul was actually trapped in a necropolis shard, but Ulran Mortis has somehow managed to free him from that shard and recruited him for his new efforts for the born-again god of Myrkul. So now, with his new body and physical form, he is certainly a great threat. For should you slay old Gnawbone, you shall still have the ghost to contend with. As I'm sure, moments before the dragon's death, he shall simply depart the body, so that you kill old Gnawbone, and he remains alive, if you will. Or he remains undead, perhaps. Ha. It's all confusing, isn't it, when they're not quite dead?
Like, yeah, well,
Yes.
kinda.
Yeah. Anyway, this map shows the last known location of Uth Tower. And he spreads the scroll a little bit further, and it shows the Mirror of Dead Men. You recognize where Leylon is. You recognize where the tower is that you went to, the Iniarv's Tower. And you recognize the basic area where the tribe is. It's quite a distance still away from this. So deep in the heart of the Mirror of Dead Men, this is where we think the Uth Tower is located, based on all known knowledge. So this will be the place you will go. Now, the mirror may have moved from one place to another, may have shifted a bit, but not far. Maybe within a half mile or so. So this is where we think you should go. Nice puppy. Oh, he's very warm.
Yeah, he likes it that way. He's kind of. He sits by the stove. Sometimes he sits in the stove.
Pilot light.
He's wagging his tail.
Zdith would pipe up and thank him for sharing and giving us some history and some context. And he would ask them if he knew much about Farrell Stormsworn or the cult of Talos. Are they on the radar of Lord Neverember or of Candlekeep?
The cult leaders? They don't know exactly where Farrelly is. He will be happy to tell you what he knows. He says, the Dreadnought is her likely headquarters now. You have probably already encountered it, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
Emberlost. It is called, powered, if you will, as the new body of the Death Knight from ancient Anaria. We do not know how to find this ship. It would take quite a vantage point to locate the fog bank it hides in, that it makes on its own. Ghostly, as a ghost ship itself.
Do you I know you just got beamed in here to help us, and we appreciate it, but do you know if Lord Neverember is sending reinforcements outside of the Diviners to help us take on something that really just almost killed us all? Do you think it would be wise to take Ebon Death on now versus potentially, and I know it sounds insane, but to potentially try and get Farrelly to help us? Seems like she is also adverse to the existence of Ularan and the undead, and surely Ebon Death.
That is an interesting angle. I think It's always possible. But to win over the heart of evil to your machinations would be a challenge at first, right?
Yeah.
Because I doubt Farrelly would just simply join your cause because you have a common goal. I'm sure that, her main goal, the goal of Talos, the god of the destruction of nature, nature's powerful destructive force, being his domain, perhaps they would feel that they would wipe him out eventually anyway. No doubt that revenge is on her mind. You perhaps could win her over, or perhaps Talos would be unhappy with her failures and not support her.
When you say revenge, and maybe I'm forgetting as a player what the relationship between Ularan and Farrelly is, but did they have a relationship or a fight or something that there would be to revenge?
I don't think you've ever seen them plot together. I think you've seen them fight, especially that's the first time you've ever seen them kind of all in one place.
Yeah.
And they did not seem to be friendly to each other.
Yeah.
They seem to be competitors.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Zith is banking. The enemy of the enemy is your friend.
Yeah. Zith, I personally don't think that's a good idea. I mean, yes, we could probably wipe Ularan out if we have their help, but also we would be having to show our backs to the person who wants to kill us, one of the people who want to kill us the most.
Yeah, no, I
They are
get
going
that.
to betray us the moment they get the opportunity to.
Yeah.
So, Jim.
Yeah.
So one of my latest invocation is called Eldritch Sight. So it's pretty much a permanent detect magic. I was wondering, if I look at the priest from Candlekeep, does he have any sort of magic on him?
On this monk?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would glow brightly to you. He would definitely. He's wearing magic. He seems to be protected with magic. He's definitely very magic.
Punk, I know you said that you had to leave soon, but I'm not sure how long it'll take you to prepare to teleport back to Candlekeep. Feel free to stay with us till it's time for you to head out. I think we're not going to be here much longer. Once we get word about where the tower is, then we have to head out.
Well, I am grateful for your offer, but I must go. Are there any more questions that you have for me, or anything else you need before I leave?
Would you know of any weaknesses of Ebon Death or Ularan?
I do not think those kinds of facts of information are available to us. We look to the past to discern the future.
Yeah.
Perhaps something in your past with them may hint for you some way that you can exploit a weakness. I wish I could help more on that subject, but I cannot.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So with that, he pulls his hand out, and on his ring finger is a large golden ring that sort of ends in a large square. And he holds it out and he begins to do this. and a portal opens up, and he steps into it, and it like sparks all around, and then suddenly it closes, and he steps
Wow.
away.
Wow, we need to get one of those. Oh, come on.
Oh. Damn, he's cool.
That was pretty neat.
You know, when we're done with all this stuff and we no longer have to think about fighting cults of the undead or storms, we should all take a time and just head to Candlekeep for a bit and chill and relax. Maybe get into some mischief with some books. You know, normal stuff.
Normal stuff.
You know, since I'm pretty sure they have plenty of those spell books in there that you could, spend your days sorting through.
Oh yeah, the old Zith would think, not much of Nerd Island, but new Zith, new bookish Zith, new spell hungry Zith, it would be all about it.
And all of those. I'm sure they have plenty of books about how to start fires of all sorts. I've even heard about like the infinite fire, which is like the fire infinite heat, which is a color of light blue.
Well, this means a lot to you, so I won't ruin it. I can tell he's all excited.
And Ezra, I'm sure there are lots of books on stuff you like. I'm sorry, we spent quite a bit of time together. I actually don't know a lot of the stuff you like.
I mean, Ezra, he likes beer. He likes, reading up on his religion. So holy books and transcripts.
I'm sure there'd be plenty of all that stuff and more. I hear they also have a great food court,
Oh, well, I'm sold.
Yeah. Well, we know what we're gonna do after we defeat Polar and Mortis and Ebondeath and Fairlight, and it's not like we'll have to worry about all that Vecna stuff again. So we should be fine.
Zith, his eyes are darting around when Kanea starts talking about Vecna, trying to mask his excitement about getting back to that, but no time now. If everybody agrees to march into the mirror, let's gather up Yorm and anybody else we can get our hands on.
This is your party.
I guess we go do the thing. I think people far smarter than I have dissuaded me of this crazy idea of convincing Fairlight even temporarily to help us. Does everybody agree that it's time?
Yeah, I'm just checking stuff right now. I think I didn't really use a lot of healing potions during the battle. I know that's surprising.
One of things crazy I found in my stuff that after I was just searching my bags, I found 2 potions of invulnerability. I don't even know where I got these things.
I did not.
No, they were given to you a long time ago. You've never used them.
Wait, you remember these things? I honestly have no
idea. I'm loading up. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, where do we get them? We can always go back into the ancient archives.
us really. Two of us should definitely be drinking this stuff. Because
What have we learned so far about ways to buff up before we go do this thing? Outside of healing potions,
I've got like.
are there more potions?
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 potions of greater healing.
yeah. I mean, unless we can find someone who is selling potions of necrotic resistance, because apparently the possessed green dragon can now breathe rot itself.
Yeah, that would be good. That is a really good point. Jim, would there be anybody in town outside of healing potions that we could tap?
Tap for what?
For, say, potion of poison resistance or invulnerability or necrotic resistance.
I know one guy has a potion of vulnerability. There are potions of heroism available, but they're very expensive.
What do I have?
Well,
I have potion. I have 2 potions of poison. So for some reason, I have 4 potions of poison resistance. I have a potion of growth and 3 potions of healing.
Oh yeah, where are my potions for against poison?
I think we drank them before we went to fight the green dragon. Before we went to fight Evandel.
Okay.
Because
And doesn't
we were being smart.
doesn't one of the
Go ahead.
Doesn't one of the clerics have some sort of frightened and poisoned resistance group spell? Isn't there something like that? I haven't picked up my 5th level spells yet, so I'm a little bit behind the times. But Ezra or Kineas, do you have? I mean, or Ozus, do you have like a? I don't know if it's Hero's Feast or one of those type of spells.
Yeah, I do. But
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, Hero Feast we have.
What does that do again?
It pumps us up for battle.
Like, what is it actually like? What are the resistances or the temporary hit points or whatever?
I'd have to look it up.
And more importantly, like, how long does it last? Because I think it's going to be a while before we actually meet this thing.
What is it you're looking for?
Hero's Feast.
What does Hero's Feast do?
Oh.
It's a fancy feast.
Also very expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap. That end of town, you get really drunk.
So, do you have that spell? Are you planning on using it?
I don't have it on me now.
It's a 6th level spell, yeah.
Yeah. And I
So
do have the spell.
Requires 1,000 gold piece gem encrusted bowl that gets consumed in the spell.
Yep. It's not a cheap spell. Okay, I am comparing old notes on.
So it takes 10 minutes to cast and then an hour to complete.
Yeah, it's a long. You usually do it the night before, right? Because it lasts 24 hours.
Yep.
Yeah. It's usually or it's an early morning breakfast.
Yeah. Before you know, you're going to go stomp some feet.
And you've got time to kill.
Yep.
There we go.
I'm frantically trying to fix my thing.
Yeah. So that's the problem. So we lost stuff again. Like my backpack is missing out of the. It's missing here, so I got to put it back in, and that's where my antitoxins were. Yeah.
Tim, how much of those
Hold on.
arrows on the cost?
It's on D&D Beyond. But it's like, I think it's 5,000 gold or something like that. It's like
I'm,
a lot of money. I have to look it up. Yeah, it's very expensive.
this is why I
All right, hold on, Robbie.
yeah.
In your inventory.
No, I back up my character, and then I don't. So that's why I know I'm missing stuff.
Okay. So let me try resyncing from my end. Okay,
Let me shift.
Okay, I'm starting the backup, the sync. Getting character data.
Yeah, why doesn't it show the backpack?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah.
There's been a lot with this whole switch to version 12, which we haven't done yet. We haven't done it yet. But everything is kind of still, it's mostly compatible with 12 now. There's still a couple of things left that make me nervous about trying that again. I pretty much had to back up and rebuild everything that was there before.
Oh, you're rebuilding everything for me.
Yep.
Okay, I'll stay out of that.
So it's adding items to your character right now. All right. That part is done. Let's double check and make sure. Companions. Yep. Automation. Use versus premades. Yeah, that should be checked.
How come there's still no backpack?
Okay. Advanced. All right.
Oh, you know why? Duh. So the backpack, do you see where the backpack is?
It's up at the top, right?
Yeah, that's why.
So you lost it because you didn't know where to look. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, still,
Yes.
no, there's still my antitoxin. No, they're there. Okay, cool. I'm cool.
Well, thank
Yeah.
God. Thank all the gods.
All
Thank
the gods.
Thank Vecna that you're good.
What would Woody Allen do?
All right. So, character sheet's different. All right. So, what next? What other preps you want to do? I'm not trying to force. I'm not trying to push you along. I just want to make sure that you aren't all waiting for someone else to do something who's waiting for you to do something or whatever, right? I want y'all to be able to get everything you need done and prepped, or whatever you need to do before you head off into the mirror.
So you said that potions of heroism are 5,000 gold?
I think so. Let me be clear on that with you. Hold on.
I definitely think we should have one if we're going to be fighting a dragon.
All right. Timora's Shrine. Potion of Heroism, 5,000 gold pieces. So Potion of Heroism, of course, gives you an hour of 10 temporary hit points that lasts up to an hour. For the same duration, you are under the effect of the Bless spell, no concentration required. And that's pretty much it. It's like
Wait. It's a bless potion?
For an hour. With
Is
no
that
concentration
it?
required. It's just an hour-long effect plus 10 temporary hit points. Hey, I didn't cook up the potion. Don't look at me.
Like the actual spell heroism, does it give you immunity to the fear effect?
No. The Hero's Feast does, but so does Dwarf Father's Verdict.
Here, I'll put Hero's Feast in the Abre.
Dragon Dwarf Father Verdict. Either way, I think it sounds like a...
Forgot about that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Ezra? Got the mighty hammer.
There you
No,
go.
I
Hero's
was muted.
Feast.
What was the
I
question?
just put it in Abre.
You have the mighty hammer also, which if you all gather round and
Prevents people from getting feared, yeah.
hold hands, yep.
Oh,
you can
man.
cast that.
So we all gather around a hammer.
Yep.
Yeah.
You all get
Okay.
hammered. You just have to get hammered before you go in. You're not afraid of anything at that point.
What would Sigmund
Makes
Freud
sense.
say?
He would say, "Do it." It's probably about your mother.
Just
Yeah.
wrap your hand around the pommel and you're good to go.
I am so grateful that we have to watch what we say. This can be a very adult conversation, but
The cleric's hammer has a knob on the end. The cleric's hammer has a knob on
you're
the
the
end.
one saying it, not me. I'm behaving. Just let everyone at YouTube know that.
Yep. All right, so yeah, go ahead.
I will definitely go to Time Warner's Shrine and buy one potion of heroism. That's all I can afford.
Okay. You have made a very happy vendor. He's like, I've been trying to sell this for months.
Nope.
Okay, weeks, but still.
Hey, here's most of my money. It's for the good cause.
It is a good cause.
I'm assuming the cause is rebuilding the shrine of Timora.
Absolutely. Gold-plated Shrine of Timora.
And this potion is going to... Okay, first of all, he'll definitely do that. I'm sure it'll attract a lot of attention and bandits. But hey, good for us. Second of all, this potion is also going to a great cause. My stomach and helping me kill an undead dragon.
Right. Can't
Also,
wait.
question. Do you also have something for like potion stomach ache afterwards? Because sometimes potions can make me a bit gassy if I pick the wrong ones.
You have to be careful you don't mix them, right?
Yeah, but that, you got potion of vulnerability, potion of heroism, potions of healing. You got so many potions you gotta take. Growth, climbing. Hard not to mix them,
I don't know if there's any 5th edition rule about mixing potions. I know 2nd edition had them, maybe 3rd. And
Oh,
then
no,
you have to
there-
be careful
yeah,
about how many
there-
rings you have.
Anyway, if you could look into that for me for later, that would be amazing.
Nope, nothing about mixing potions.
And then I turn back to the guys who are like probably 20 feet from me. Like, so guys, do you guys want to get any healing potions or anything before we head out? I am
No,
now
we have a
close to
ton of
growth.
healing potions.
Oh, look at that. If you pour several potions into a single container, like your stomach, the strange ingredients used in creating potions can result in unpredictable interactions. When a character mixes 2 potions together, you can roll on the potion miscibility table. There's a miscibility table. See?
Who's thunk?
That's how often that happens. So there you go. If more than 2 are combined, danger, Will Robinson. But okay.
Yeah, I'm going to combine a lot of potions.
All right. I'll have to keep that bookmarked.
And Jim, do you have the potion of heroism?
Oh, sure.
What? And there's no other great potions, right? There's some healing
Heavy,
potions,
growth,
but
heroism.
growth, heroism. I got growth, got heroism. I don't have heroism. Get that. But because we have 2 clerics, somebody should be able to pop bless off. That's my hope.
I'll make sure it's in my spells.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1st level. It's probably 3rd level to get us all, or the second level, but
Yeah, I'll switch out my spells.
what am I doing? Looking for inventory, and I have poison resistance. I have 3 healing potions. And how much are they, Jim?
What, potion of heroism?
Heal of just a healing potion. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll grab a couple.
A potion of healing, 50 gold.
50
Those are
gold.
just regular potions of healing. Potion of
Yeah,
greater healing is, I think it was 250 gold.
Yeah, I'm just going to get a potion of healing. I have 50 gold. I'm zeroing it out. There you go. Got pajamas. Added the things. I need to do some rolling here for portents. And
do you need me to put that potion on your character sheet?
I just added it. I got those. I'm trying to hover and do this thing. Do you know? I have to I don't know why I did that. I have to roll 2d4 plus 4. Uh, 11. That was a good roll. Okay, 11 charges to my staff. Oh, 12, I guess. Because when you roll every AM, Jim, does it take the remainder from the previous day and add some, or do you just do you have whatever you roll each day?
No, it gets back that number of charges. So you have whatever it is plus the roll.
Great. All right. So I have 12 charges. Do portent. Sorry, guys. I definitely could have done this before. Nice. Okay. Trying to remember. It's been so long since we played. What are all the things that we do so we don't get our asses kicked again? We have some potions. We're all geared up.
Switch to playing every night. That's it.
I'm down. I dropped my kid off at college this weekend. It was very emotional, but I got a lot more time now.
Nice. Empty nester.
Our one and only kid. So, yep. Okay. I mean, not going to get much better, I don't think. Can I go and back into the Aubrey's before we leave town, after we talk to him, and just really give a deep investigation to see if I could see any trace or any sign. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Some sign of hope, maybe a scroll that they left behind, or some way to contact them again, or something. I'll roll an investigation check if you'd like.
Yep.
I will offer you assistance.
Right, then I'll roll twice. 21.
By using my new Eldritch Sight.
But 21. Sorry, you're going to give me Eldritch Sight?
Oh, he's using his Eldritch Sight to help you.
Oh, got it. Yeah. So I'll bring Kineas in there, and we'll really go over the place.
So
we'll case the joint.
You literally you go through everything you can find there, looking for any evidence that you're not crazy, and you can find no evidence that you're not crazy. Except at one point, you notice the back of the triptych, because you're scouring everything, you look at everything, and at one point you take the triptych down from the wall and kind of examine it. And on the back, there is a very interesting thing. totally catches your eye. It is a silver pin, like a, not a brooch, but more like a lapel pin. It is in the shape of a downward angled sword. You can tell by the way the pin is, it looks like it's just meant to be. So it looks kind of like a cross, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
And it just has like this little hook pin so that you could feed it through your clothing if you wanted to wear it. That's all you find. It was attached to the back of the triptych. And it's odd in that it does not appear to be aged like the rest of everything, right? It seems to, and Kineas will go, oh yeah, that's got some kind of magic, right? It's got some, that would be, what kind of magic? That would be just keeping it from tarnishing, for example. I think that would be, huh?
Transmutation?
Perhaps, yeah. Sure enough. Sounds good to me. That it is not, has not changed, not tarnished over time, etc.
But there's
Very
nothing
shiny.
else like
Shiny silver.
like-
Just shiny silver.
is what you have the identify spell, or would an identify spell sort of
No,
go
it
deeper
has
into what they might be?
Detect magic. Yeah, identify goes deeper.
I now have that permanent detect magic attached to my eyes.
Okay.
So he can
Well,
tell you what school of magic it came from, but that's about it.
we have some time. I'll cast identify.
Okay.
I have my. Is it a pearl? I have a pearl.
Yeah, so you cast Identify and discover that it is just got some kind of protection to it, like it's so that it doesn't age. This is a piece of jewelry that will potentially last forever, till the end of the multiverse.
Got it. But other than that, no other magic qualities, except for its self-preservation. Yeah, got it.
It's possible that
Okay,
it may mean something else to someone else, but as far as its raw magical ability, it doesn't seem to be anything more than that.
It's funny now that I know what Aubrey was. I did get some dumb pendant from him. I did cast Identify on it. It didn't seem
It was a dragon.
seemed like
pendant.
it was just
Yep.
it was just junk. But now I'm gonna take it a little bit more seriously. I'm gonna keep them both in. I'll wear that pin. I'll definitely affix it as safely as I can to sort of the inside of my cloak. Not showing. And okay. What could go wrong from here, guys? Yep.
Everything.
A lot.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys ready to head out of town, or is there something else you wanted to do? Ezra? Anything you'd like to do? Yeah.
No, I'm
You're
good.
good. You're
Yeah.
good for dragon slaying. You've got your hand grenade.
That's right. That's it.
Okay. Kineas, Zith, Ozus. That's the lot of you. We will say that for now, that the bard, who did take some serious damage when I loaded up the VTT, he was at 0. Like the last dragon breath killed him, or the fall, or something. And so you guys revived him, and he started to head up there. But I don't know. He's still. Oh, I know what it was. The building fell on him, right? He had 3 hit points or something, and the building fell on him.
Oh yeah, right.
I remember that now.
Yeah, we got him back up to alive.
Yeah, he's alive, but he needs some bed rest. So he's gonna have some Lathanderites wait on him hand and foot. All right, so you guys head off into the mirror. Are we ready for that?
Yeah,
so
I would talk to I would talk to Hasjorms, see if we can take some guys. It would be great if we just had a couple guards with us.
His
Maybe he
concern,
can't spare him.
He's willing to do that, but he's like, the town is very vulnerable right now, and
Yeah.
and he's mostly worried about that.
How many
Like
do you
what?
think you could spare? Do you think you can spare 2? I get that you've lost a lot
Sure.
of men in this fracas,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we could
that's
use
fine.
even 2.
Okay.
That would be great. Okay. Hans and Franz, let's go.
All right, so you head off into the mirror, and the coordinates on the map, the X marks the spot, is really only about a day away. But by the look of things, it's going to be a very, very hard day. Right? So it's the mirror. So even if you were to take a barge, if you had one, traveling through the mirror on a barge is so meandery that it's going to be difficult no matter what. I think this is going to be just a tough trip. Lucky for you that most of the undead forces were decimated. So, I mean, the retreat was still a retreat. They could have continued, and the town was retreating. But I think that it's very clear that there aren't anywhere near the numbers of undead that there used to be. So as you go through the mirror, you will find that you're just going to have a miserable day trudging through the muck. As you approach,
How many of us there are 5 of us or 4 of us? There's
there will be
5 of us.
4 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And the bard is coming with us, yeah?
He is a good question. So I think he can be with you so that when his player is able to rejoin us when he can, because you'll be still trying to figure out what's going on if you're not just all dead. So
we can't use him?
But
is that what you're
he's
saying?
gonna be kind of faded into the background. Yeah. So
no bardic inspirations, I guess.
Right.
Got it.
But
okay.
likewise, I'm not going to add
try and
more
kill
monsters. There's no more monsters to add, or I'm not going to kill him. He's going to be faded in the background. He'll just be assumed to be doing his part, whatever that comes out to be.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
So there's 4 of us, and then Hans and Franz. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Yep.
They're going to pump you up.
Yeah.
All right. So, what?
You had that potion. You had the potion of heroism.
I put it on your sheet. Look around. I dropped it on there.
I am not seeing it.
Look, man, look.
I see growth, climbing, and vulnerability.
What is going on? I click on the players tab and nothing shows up. It like just vanished.
Technology.
Right, so I'm gonna refresh while we talk it through. All right, so I'll let you know what I find here in a little bit. Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'm gonna like refresh the screen. All right. So as you get into the area, what you see is interesting. You're still a safe distance away, but what you see is something that looks like an outhouse. It's just this little tiny wood shack. So It's kind of odd, but that's right where the monk signaled that it would be. I mean, you've checked. You're looking around through the mirror at whatever landmarks you could find, terrain marks, and that seems to be you're in the right place. But the only thing that you can really see here is there's the characters. They're back. Ta-da! What you find is that there's just this little outhouse looking shack. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yep.
almost
Yep.
like 5-foot square, little tiny house.
Well, yeah.
8 or 9 feet tall with a pitched roof, kind of thing. Looks like it's just kind of built out here for no reason, just kind of there. Yeah. Maybe when I dropped your potion on there, it had already gone gunny bags on me. Let's see. Potion. Go ahead. So, what
Jim,
do you want
I'm just gonna. Sorry.
So, Jim, with my other side, do I notice anything magical nearby the shack?
Nope, not at all. Nothing stands out in your sight anyway. That's gonna be annoying if you'd have that on all the time, isn't it? To find a way to blind you. I'm gonna have to come up with a way to blind you. That's all there is to it. Poke your eyes out. All right, potion of
I can
heroism.
see all magics, and there are none in the area.
Yeah, no magic.
Yeah, I will inform the others about that. No signs of any spell work nearby.
Right. It's really just this
You
like
guys
timber
can-
latrine just sitting there in the middle of nowhere.
You guys can take the mic. I'm feverishly trying to pick a couple spells so I can get up to speed. So
make
I'll let you
Zeph
guys
go
try.
first. That's good.
Yeah.
Out front.
I have to ask: is there a little crescent moon opening carved in, like
No,
carved into the
sorry about that. It's more just like a little shed.
Okay, then I'm going to put my ear to the door and see if I hear anything.
Oh, okay. Right up to the door. Very good. Go ahead and make yourself a perception roll. Where is everybody else while he's doing this? So that I want to see if you're in the blast radius or not.
I would go help him.
I'd be behind watching.
How far behind?
25, 30 feet.
Okay.
This, you're giving me the help action?
Yeah.
How are you helping, Sith?
Wait. So what are you trying to do? Sorry.
He's listening at the
You're
door
going
of the shack.
Yeah. So I would sort of grab like maybe he would go on the front. I would go around the side, trying to look for another hole and listen as well. Or I guess we can both make perception rolls. That's probably a better description of that, of what I'm doing.
Well, you don't hear anything.
Is there anything that we see being close up, like what it's made of, how it's put together, or does it really just seem like an outhouse?
It really just seems like a little shed. Like a
not an outhouse.
latrine-sized. It's a latrine-sized shed. There's no like crescent moon cut out of the door or anything like that. Not the traditional sense. Could be, but I mean, who would need to use the restroom inside of a shed when you just have a whole swamp around you, right? Just pee in the water and be done.
And Ali hasn't come back, right? So the divination guys.
So
have
yeah,
not found
Ali can come back and say he could come back before you leave town while you are getting ready to head out. He could fly
Got
back
it.
and just say, yeah, like basically they point this direction toward the sun, and owls aren't that great at like remembering directions. They
Got
fly
it.
off of
Okay.
instinct most of the time. So you guys travel into the mirror. You end up here. You're listening. You don't hear anything.
Yep.
Okay, then. Want to do one more thing before we head in.
I was gonna say, like, is there enough of a could a rat get into this thing without opening a door?
Sure.
Like,
yeah. Sure. Yep.
The
Yeah,
rats
yeah.
can get through a
So
lot of things.
I'll have
Maybe they're
Allie.
necessary.
I'll dismiss her for the time being, and I'll summon a rat friend for the time being.
Allie.
How do you
Allie
do
the
that?
rat.
You recast Find Familiar as a rat?
Yeah, you can throw. Yeah, you release it. And then you recast it, and then the second you
Yeah, you have
recast
to
it,
cast again. So 10
anything.
minutes later, you
Yeah.
have yourself a new friend
A rat.
in the
Yeah.
form of a rat. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Jim, during that 10
Yeah.
minutes, I would like to take out my wand of secrets and activate one of its charges.
Okay. So you want to identify
Any
there's a trap here, right?
trap or secret entity within 30 feet of me.
All right. So. All right. So you don't see any traps or secret entrances. You send Ratty, right?
Yeah.
Send Ratty in, and you are suddenly quite surprised that all of a sudden the rat just shrivels and disintegrates. Just beyond the door. Just beyond the door. There's a screech that quickly gets, like there was a moment of intense pain, and the rat is gone.
Yeah. All right. Well, I would share with the team. I think we've arrived at some portal that is not excited about us coming in.
Where's the Naya?
Naya is on my shoulder, probably.
Curious.
Is there a door?
I'm doing something stupid. She knows. Until I do something she believes is stupid, she's always with me.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Does coming into the mirror count? Maybe.
That's my normal level of stupidity.
Okay. Well, so we have a very dangerous shed, apparently.
Yep. Is there a door?
I'm clear.
Yeah, there's a door. Yep, for sure.
So just I'm clear.
Yep.
My outside side doesn't see anything magical. 30 feet
Correct.
of me.
Correct.
My wand didn't go off.
Correct.
Okay, that I don't know if there's a trap, but no, there isn't a trap. Unless it's been high level magic disguising it. But I think there's probably something in there.
Yeah. My gut is that it's some sort of necrotic, magic guard. I don't think it was a thing that killed it. I think it was some sort of. Should we? You guys want to try and open this door? Oz, can't you do your Uma Thurman thing?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
See if it's unlocked. So Zith would be standing, 30 feet away at this point.
Yeah.
Having lost his buddy.
Away.
Yeah.
Anea flies up 60 feet.
There you go.
Thunder. Okay. So you try to open the door, right?
From a distance.
Avada Kedavra, and you
with his mouth.
the door goes.
I do a little.
Okay. The door squeaks open.
It squeaks open.
I kind of, the hinges are. I mean, it's in a swamp, so the water level here is about an inch or two off the ground, and so it just kind of swings the door open with rusty hinges that just squeak, kind of whine as it opens up. But it was not locked. It was just there, kind of maybe to protect it from rain or wind or whatever. So this little shed, perhaps, probably not great at doing it, but it does it, right? Little roof.
Right.
And what next? The door's open.
Well, it opens up. Do we see anything inside?
Yeah, so you lean forward, you kind of peek in there. It's dark. You've got some little bit of dark vision, I think, right? So you're kind of dark vision.
20 feet of devil sight.
I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to him. All right. So you look in there, and what you see is that there is kind of a well. Hard to say what it really is, but it's like a shaft that has some bricks and stuff built around it, maybe to keep out the swamp a little bit.
Is it going into the ground?
Straight down. Yeah.
Oh, it puts the lotions on its and it gets the hose again.
I don't know what that means, but Kineas, you peek your head around the corner. I don't even know what you said. My brain just went, I don't even know what he just
No,
said.
it puts the lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose again. You know, from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, I don't know about that. Okay.
Okay.
So
never mind.
Didn't ring any bells. Lost the reference.
Okay.
Kineas, you look in there, and you definitely see some kind of abjuration magic that is ambient inside this shed. And you see what I just explained to Ozus, and the shaft itself, you can see from your vantage point that just inside this shaft that's going down is like a metal rung, like the beginning of maybe a ladder that goes down, right?
Okay. So, question about the abjuration magic. It's like just past the door, like there's a sheet of magic.
It's kind of ambient, more like almost like a cloud, or like, I don't know. It seems to be emanating from within the shaft, but it kind of comes out and sort of expands into this little area.
Okay, guys. So we have a bunch of ambient magic in the shaft. Some sort of abjuration spell. Anyone have to spell magic?
Of course. A horse, of course. I'll step up and give it a go. Sorry. Doing a really bad job of multitasking. Okay. So, ask, can I ask, and you shall receive.
All right.
Wherever that needs to be done. So it shall be done.
So if you've used a 3rd level spell slot,
I've used a 3rd level spell slot.
and nothing changes.
Uh-oh.
It's this powerful magic.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Yes,
lost
thank
spell slot. Oh, that's bad. Ugh.
As a matter of fact, I think, Zith, that you would feel like maybe this is more than it's bigger than you can do, bigger than you can handle. Before I go on, I'm going to double check that. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
This is beyond your ability.
Yeah.
To dispel.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have any great options. Does anybody have any other great ideas? Are there any other buildings or potential caves or anything that we can see from where we are?
I wonder if we
Do
could
you want to
send
kind of
something in.
go? Do you want to like go check out the surrounding area? I mean, kind of just
Yeah.
stand here looking around. Or are you gonna do it? I mean,
No, I'll go on a quick search. 100 feet,
okay.
100 feet around. It might take a while. I'll leave the guys to think through if they can put their big brains on what we can do here.
Sure.
But I'd be looking specifically for an alternate entrance. I'm sure it would be guarded as well, but maybe it's less guarded than the most obvious thing in the marsh.
Okay. So let's have an intelligence roll. You can choose to use nature or investigation, whichever you feel like you'd do better with.
On all this?
Well, whoever's searching the area.
That's me.
Okay. All right. So then you discern that there is something funny about a nearby saltwater lake. It's, not too far away, right? But it is it looks like it may have even been recently disturbed mud splattered around the shore. Maybe as though a wave of water was violently displaced here.
Okay. I would go back and tell the guys, and I would ask them. I think it's Oz's. Who has water breathing? Somebody does, right? Or somebody had water walking.
I have
Nobody has. Do you have water
Wait,
breathing?
I did have the.
Somebody has a potion of water breathing that I don't think
I
any
have a
of you
ring.
have
I
used.
have ring of water walking.
I think two of you have that.
Yeah.
Two of you have a ring.
Yeah, I have that.
But
Right,
you have
I
one
no longer.
potion.
I no longer. I didn't prepare that spell.
Somebody has a potion of water breathing because I recall that you grabbed that
That I do not.
when you fought the Swagan.
Yeah, I do not have that. I thought Kineas had it. Kineas, I'm pretty sure you had it.
I thought Zith had it.
No.
Nope. There's the whole thing when we fought.
It's nope.
Yeah, I remember. Like, I think it came. Maybe I consumed it during when Ezra almost got drowned when we fought the possessed bronze dragon.
I'm looking to see if I have it now.
Yeah.
Second.
Well, if nobody has anything, I do think it's worth a check, and Sith is willing to go take a dive and see what he can see.
If we want to do that, I mean, I can hold my breath for quite a long time. You remind me again, what are the rules for what are the rules for holding your breath?
Constitution is the number of minutes that you can. Your Constitution bonus is the number of minutes you can hold your breath.
I can hold my breath for like 3 minutes, I think.
And you start to drown after that.
Yeah, I can do 1 minute.
Unless I want to get
That's probably more than that, but anyway, it's something like that. So, if you want, you can go into the water. You're going to need to probably doff your armor.
I don't have any, so
you don't want to swim in plate mail.
Yeah.
Magical or not, it's too restrictive on your movement to actually swim. It's not that it's going to you're going to sink in it, but Oh, I thought you did.
Yep,
No,
not
yeah, you
you.
don't. Yeah, so in that case, you don't definitely don't want, because then it's heavy as well. I thought somebody had like mithril chain or something, but anyway.
No, that.
I mean, I don't have any armor.
And
I think
just to make
only
sure,
Ezra has real armor.
Yeah,
Canadians
good
too.
chainmail.
I have plate mail.
Yep.
And you know, so within 30 feet of me, staring at the lake, any sign of magic?
But you
Okay.
do see clear signs now that you're right there near the edge of the water that certainly mud is splattered around the shore as if there was a wave of water violently displaced near here.
Well, don't I have that globe? Oh wait, where's the globe I have?
Yep.
Okay. And so pop his fingers, stretch his arms, and then I'll start the 10-minute process of doffing my armor.
No, hang on a second. I have that drift globe.
That doesn't help with water breathing. And I can see in the dark better than anyone here.
Oh, but there's a necklace that someone has.
I don't have the necklace, do I?
No, I think Zith has the necklace.
I don't have a necklace.
Yeah, there's a necklace that you can use. You have one. Come on, give up your bling.
I don't
Talking about now?
I don't have anything in my.
He's
I might have
holding out
lost
on
it
you.
in.
Come on, no.
I might have
you've got
lost it
bling.
in. I might have
Okay.
lost it in the inventory, Michigas, but I don't have a necklace.
Do you remember where you would have gotten it from?
Yeah. Remember we were in the boat?
Oh, that does sound familiar.
Yeah.
Who was
I'm
that?
telling you,
What
Nothing
was
alcohol
to
that?
do
really-
with the boat. No, it's very recent. Good. You got
We
Take
clearly have no
notes.
memory. I do
Yeah,
take notes. It's crazy. I take so many notes.
freaking take
There's
some
no
notes,
note of a
man.
necklace.
Yeah.
I should have just got the keen
You
mind
had just.
feat.
Do
So
you
we don't have
remember
to do
the
it.
Sorrow Spawn? Sorrow, whatever their names
Oh
were?
yeah, that was a
Yeah,
few.
There was a necklace. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, the necklace of adaptation. I do take notes. It requires it to me. You can breathe normally in any environment. Oh, I don't know who has it, but we definitely have it. Somebody
You're the one who
does.
took it. It has an inscription on it, right? Take whatever.
I didn't write the inscription.
It was very sad. It seems to have evoked such deep depression with you that you have forgotten that it
I
even
think
exists.
it's been 5 minutes. I hear all the talking about, like, what are you talking about? I asked. And I am I'm halfway off my armor at this point.
Oh, why are you
And
doing that?
Zip
No.
rattles around in the bag of his bag of clothing, and he pulls it out. He's like, "Here,
And all of a sudden,
I'm gonna
Osmond
add that
says,
to my inventory." So
you never watched Starship Troopers? Never take your helmet off.
I rarely wear my helmet,
Um,
which is probably not a good idea, honestly.
It's an expression. In other words, don't take off your armor until you know you're absolutely safe.
Well, I will literally drown if I wear plate armor going underwater.
Yeah,
So-
but you haven't jumped in yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
what are you
gonna
gonna do
strip
now?
off my armor. I will put on the
I
next
give-
adaptation.
Yeah.
And how do I use this thing?
just put it on and dive. I think you're good.
Just go underwater and take a really big deep breath. See what happens.
Breathe deep,
Yeah.
the withering grooms. Watch lights fade from room to room.
Okay, but just to make clear, I don't have to attune to this or anything, right?
You do have to attune to it. That
That's
is
an
what the
extra
note says. Requires attunement. Spelled
I don't mind using
atonement.
this thing, but it takes an hour to attune, right?
Yeah. So why don't we do that? I'll just take it back. It doesn't seem that deep. Why don't you just take a dive, and you can stay underwater for a minute. Just go take a poke. Don't go further, but just take a look.
1 minute.
And I will.
Taking off his, yeah, no, Candace is still getting undressed. He's taking off his
Yeah.
shirt, his pants. He's considering taking off his boxers. Do I really want to get these wet?
Oh, come on, you big log.
Okay, he takes off his boxers. Candace is completely in the marsh full of horrible insects and snakes.
They usually don't
you're
bite down.
rushing into this. I have a feeling you kind of like this.
Ozzy, I feel completely neutral towards this. To me, this is the first time I've been naked in front of a group of men before. I was training for the Everwinter Guards.
Ziv is more impressed. Ziv is more impressed that you've really overcome your fear of the water, which is great.
Yes.
Just in time.
Yeah. Something about running over a lake of poison will really do that to you, you know?
All right, so you're going to take an hour to attune to it?
No, I'm just going to take it.
No, he's just going to go in. He's just going to go in.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're a natural.
So
all
you
don't
have the necklace with you?
No, I have the necklace.
But I do have Alamos in his short sword and dagger form, which I am taking with me.
Okay. All right.
And I go in.
Very good. What you will learn from your expedition is that this saltwater lake is a little murky, being in the swampy kind of area in the salt marshes here.
But Merkel.
You will it's Merkel, and you can go, it goes down. It's very, very, very deep, and you go to the extent that you can handle the pressure going underwater, and till your breath is getting ready to run out, and you're starting to right, and so you swim your way back up to the top. It is deeper than you can swim. It goes down quite a distance.
Okay. Whoa. I'm gonna need that necklace. Oh.
All right. Yeah. Well, did you see anything?
It's murky down there, but did I see anything magical, Jim?
And your vision underwater is good, even in murky water. It's pretty decent. So.
Yeah, I have 120 feet of perfect vision.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't see through walls with perfect vision, so I imagine you can't see through debris in the water. So that would inhibit you a little bit, but it's not like just the darkness wasn't enough to do it. It's just murky. It's just got swamp crap in the water, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to... Unfortunately, I've maxed my warlock level. I'm not going to be able to get ghost vision.
All right, so
you are... What?
Yeah, so nothing to report. Like I said, it's deep.
Report. Yeah. Way deeper than I thought it was going to be.
Well, we only got one of these. Do we want to spend the hour? We can go search around more. You can do the attunement thing. I can do the attunement thing. Whatever you'd like.
I'm already butt naked. Hand me the necklace.
So I give him the necklace, and he's just sitting there, just naked, except for this necklace.
Right.
Yes, my sword is
pretty great.
Hands over. Candace's sword is placed just enough that Amber cannot see anything untoward.
How does that
it's just fig leaf.
Go? A well-dressed man. All right. Every woman's crazy about a well-dressed man. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a copyright strike right there. Sorry, YouTubes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, here comes the RIAA.
Crap. All right. So you're gonna attune. So let's get that thing on you and get you attuned to it. Did you give him the item?
Yep.
Did you? I don't. You send
Oh,
it
no,
to me?
I don't. I didn't actually like in
Oh, I
the
see.
thing.
Okay. All right. So just delete it, and I'll give him the actual item.
Okay.
Necklace of adaptation.
I have to
There you go.
restart.
It's a necklace of adaptation, and you just need to equip it and attune it.
Okay, let's see.
Yep.
Let's see. How do I do that?
So hitting the shield equips it, right? And
the
then
dice, but
to attune,
I don't see a shield.
it's over on the right-hand side of those. On the right-hand side.
I see the shield. Let's see. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong area.
Details. Attunement. It says attunement not required, but it is required. So I'm going to fix that. Why it's not coming up with the attunement symbol. All right. So now we can attune it. Where is it? Right here. Bing. And it's got that little sunburst. That's the attunement.
Yeah.
Required. How many things are you attuned to?
1.
Just the
I am
Calamos
attuned
sword?
to Calamos, and that's it.
Okay. So then... Keeps refreshing.
Now attuned.
Okay, now it's attuned. All right, there you go. Okay. So now you take a dive. Where is everybody else while Kineas goes skinny dipping?
I'm just amazed.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, I'm just, yeah.
So you guys are kind of still all together, kind of parked around the shore of this lake. It's not a big lake, but it's a lake. Could be just a little. It's a little too big to call it a pond, but beyond that, that's what it is, right? So it's just okay. So all right. So Kineas, you go down. You're probably the best equipped to see down here anyway. Now that you can breathe, you are a little nervous but relieved when you finally do try to take a little tiny breath and discover that indeed it's just like air to you. So you take the rest of your breath and you're like, oh, phew. Kind of like, when you're dreaming about being underwater and you're trying to hold your breath and then finally you're like, and then you're like, oh, I didn't drown. That was probably mostly like what this was like for you.
Yes,
and then, yeah, and you're like, oh, okay. So you head on down, and you find that this goes down maybe beyond 100 feet. So aside from the pressure of going down, and I'm not sure how you would deal with that, but this is a fantasy game, so we're going to just pretend it didn't happen. You head down, 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 long gone, unable to be seen by anyone. You've disappeared long ago. And then you find that so deep down, there is indeed some kind of an underwater tunnel. So now you can go into this cave-like structure that's still very, very large. But otherwise, this lake is just like the bottom of, it's near the bottom of the lake. And the lake bottom else, in all the other ways, is just this gross, swampy lake bottom. What do you do?
I'm going to go in.
All right, so you begin swimming in, you look around a little bit, you look up. It's a long ways up, so it's just barely out of sight of your vision. So you are very much alone down here with all the anglerfish.
Yes.
And whatever else is down here.
Calamos.
And you have Calamos and a necklace. That's it. All right, so you start swimming through this cave. It's a rather large cave. It's probably 40 feet across, and 40 feet high. It's pretty big cave.
Big
It
enough
does
for a dragon.
vary a little bit like that, but as you go, you eventually get to the place where you, what shall I do with you?
Disintegrate.
Indeed.
I mean, I can see anything magical, so if I see something like some sort of obvious school like necrotic magic or something, it's like, oh, time to turn back.
All right. Oh, I should not have done that. Okay.
How do you think Caneus feels?
Honestly, pretty confident at the moment.
Naked and confident.
The false
It's a new
confidence
new reality show. Naked and confident.
Yeah, I had the false confidence of I can't drown. I've overcome my one weakness. Command versus water.
Light, fog, reset the fog.
Also, Jim, I think I'm holding in my hand my ring of water walking. Like I'm keeping a death grip on it.
That may be your emergency escape route. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. All right. We'll see if you need
Roll
it.
for the bends.
Right? All right, so Caneus, I'm going to...
Show me a whole new world.
Welcome. You slowly come to the surface as the cave eventually kind of goes up, and you can see the surface of the water. It is pitch black in here, but nothing's pitch black to you, sir. So you slowly raise your head above the surface of the water and take a look around. This looks like an underground structure, man-made structure.
Okay, well, I have two questions so far. One, do I see any sign of magic?
Yes, this has all of that same ambient magic that you have seen at the shed.
So you really don't meet men.
Where is Anea? You only have
100 feet.
Yeah,
Anea
so
is not with me at the moment.
So you are away from Anea. You know that you are well outside of 100 feet away from her.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My next thing is I would like to do a perception check to see if I hear anything. That's a reasonable action.
You want to just check? You're like
Yeah.
trying to perceive. Do you hear anything or anything like that? Yeah.
Yeah, just like to see if there's anyone close by.
Okay.
Does an 8 do anything for me?
Really, but you can see that these steps ahead of you go down, right? Let's see. So so weird. Hold on. To me, that map looks like the steps go down. There's an arrow you can see there. That will be because I don't like the way it looks. The steps go up from your angle. Okay. But what you see here is this is a very high vaulted ceiling in this room. It has a mosaic floor littered with rubble. And this pool of murky water that you're in has some strange fungi clinging to the moist walls where you're at. To the north, an arched hallway plunges further out of your vision into the dark.
Hey. I'm going to take a small risk, and I'm going to get out of the water.
All right, move your token.
I cannot.
The game is paused. There, how's that?
I'm still in Leylon. How do we move from Leylon?
I have not put you on this map because you're not there.
Oh, got it. Okay.
All right. You come up out of the water, and there's some light sloshing, and you just hear, "Who dares disturb the rest of Chardon Sera Vitriol, the Ebondead?"
Yeah, I'm
It's coming
immediately
from.
gonna jump back in the...
Yeah, so you quickly dive back in.
Yeah, it's like I think I was barely out. Okay, slowly get
All right.
back in and start swimming out. Swim as fast as I can.
Okay. Good thing. All right.
But was he seen or just heard?
All I can say is
Or do we
I
not
not
know?
see Ebondeath, but I don't know what Ebondeath saw.
As you came up out of the water, though, you did notice to the north that there is a shit ton of gold in there. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
Piles and piles of, like, more than old Gnawbone had.
Looks like once we're done with this, I'm gonna make my money back in that potion.
He's optimistic.
Jim, question: How much?
Yeah.
How long did it take me to get down here?
So a few minutes. Like,
okay, so
what's your you have to look and see what your swim is. I think your swim is
15 feet.
Not 15?
Oh, unless the necklace does something different, it should be like
it's difficult terrain. Yeah, so it's difficult terrain. So 15 feet around a turn. Okay. So I would say so like about 2.5 minutes for you swimming as vigorously as you could.
Okay, cool.
Seems like it should be longer than that. It's probably longer than that.
Yeah, this is just
probably closer to 5 minutes. Like, you couldn't get down that far before you ran out of breath before. So we'll say between 5 and 10 minutes. You were being cautious this time as well.
Yeah. So once I'm in a point where I can easily get to the surface, first thing I'm gonna do is I want to make another perception check to see if there's anything else down here besides normal fish. Can I do that?
Sure. There isn't any monsters here. There aren't even fish.
Oh. And I didn't. So, and also, did I notice anything with when I entered the room with that ambient magic?
Nope. But it was there. You were definitely within it.
I would like to do is there some sort of intelligence check I make, like see if that's just the layer effect of dragons? Like how when they live somewhere long enough, they sort of
Could be.
area around.
You don't. Yeah. You don't have an. I don't know if you have enough experience or lore with dragons. You can certainly try. Go
What
ahead.
would I need to roll for that?
You would.
Arcana?
You could do Arcana, or you could do. I think it's Survival, to learn about creatures, right?
I'm smarter. I'm not that wise.
Okay.
Oh shit.
This is.
30.
This is not. This is not it. You don't know what it is. This is not lair effect.
That's not good. Okay, so then I'm going to put my ring of water walking on.
Okay.
And
Pop.
go in Superman pose.
Yep. So you come popping up out of the water, blip, poop, and you land on the water. 3-point stance. Okay. And everyone's sitting there staring at you in all of your glory.
Yes. You see, from the camera's angle, the short sword of Talanos drops just in time for the camera to catch me walking out of the water.
The short sword. It's a short sword. Yeah. No, it's the dagger part. It didn't need the short sword.
Hey, I said the short sword.
He's like holding the necklace over him, like maybe this will cover it.
Right. Okay. So, all right. So you tell him what you found, and so he recites basically what he discovered in there. Do you have any questions for him?
Did there look like? Did it? Did you? It doesn't seem like it from your story, but you didn't see anybody else there. You just heard the voice, and you didn't see the dragon. You just heard the dragon, right?
No, I made the very wise decision, in my opinion, of you're here with the dragon, you're alone and naked. You don't want to fight. You don't want the dragon seeing you.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you didn't see or sense anything else in there besides the dragon. No Uluran, no undead, no nothing. At least in that room.
No, as far as I got the sense that was Ebedeth's lair. So my guess is they kind of have a bit of privacy to do whatever undead dragons do.
Yeah.
And before you ask,
And from what we know,
yes, there was a shit ton of gold.
No, I wasn't asking that. From what we know about Dracula liches, like, is there a phylactery involved, or is this just its soul is immortal? Like, what do we know about them?
Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Well, I know what a lich does, and I know that there's a phylactery involved in that, but I will make an Arcana check. Can I make it with intelligence? Probably not.
What happens if you kill a lich? If you kill a lich, it has to make a phylactery reset.
But I
just made.
I don't think a 10 is gonna. I don't think it's. I think a 10 is gonna do it.
No.
I can give myself some guidance.
You could guess. Guess, for example, that there is probably a phylactery.
Let's say 13. There's probably a phylactery. Okay. And usually the phylactery is someplace safe, not usually near their lair, or I guess I shouldn't make that assumption. Okay, well, the 7 of us against this thing seems like pretty steep odds, but I guess it's the odds we get. Options are we can go back into town and hopefully find some way that we can make it down there. This is important. So it was roughly, how long did it take Kineas to get down? I know you said it was a 2-minute swim. Is that what you said?
5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. So nobody could hold their breath that long.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to get something to help us out. Whether it be magic or an item.
He did learn that he didn't shrivel and turn to dust when he was in the ambient magic.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a very important thing I would have brought up. So we could probably
But
go down the way we're
Ratty did though. Ratty got fried as soon as he went in there.
Well, we could ask him what happened. You could just summon him back.
I don't know if they work like that. I mean, you tell me, Jim. Like, isn't every familiar and new spawned one with no, like, if they died or whatever, like if they died, they don't recollect what happened. Is my guess. Or if you pocket dimension them, I assume that they would. Well, if you think it's the same magic, if you're fairly certain, we can go, risk somebody's arm. Go give it a shot.
Gonna send your cannon fodder in?
Maybe.
That would be me.
You mean no, Hans?
Hans or Franz?
Yeah. So,
We're not risking
what do you guys
anymore.
think?
Family.
Either we try and swim down there, which I prefer. I mean, I'm guessing that the outhouse isn't going to lead right to Evan Death's bedroom like this thing did. There is some advantages to that, or there are some advantages to that, but it might take a couple days to figure out how to swim down there.
I will actually turn to our two clerics. If we wanted to take the risk and hide out for 24 hours, do you guys think you could, get your powers back and your gods could give you the water breathing spell?
Well, we could. I don't see anything wrong with it. But what exactly? Hang on a second.
Hold on. Oh, I guess it's not the same. Because water breathing is a ritual, right? I think it is. I know for wizards, it doesn't cost a spell slot. You don't have to prepare it, but I don't think that it's that way for anyone else. I'm just going to take a look. It is a ritual. But Jim, remind me in 5e. Oh no. The clerics can't.
Yeah, it's an action. It's.
But wait, you have water breathing or water walking? Because I'm looking at the spell and it's just artificers, druids, rangers, sorcerers.
Yeah, I do not have it.
Yeah.
Don't have it.
Yeah. Well.
Do you have the spell duplicate magical necklace? No. Okay.
No.
Oh well.
I'm a tinkerer though, but I don't think I could do that. So, you want to send, sort of, I cast a message on one, each one of my guys at a time as slyly as I can. And I ask him, so should we put Hans should we make Hans go in the jet and see what happens? So Hans doesn't hear.
Well, so just to let you know, first, all our water spells are usually controlling, but it has nothing to do with breathing. So I have water walk, but it's not going to do much for you.
I could have picked up water breathing, but I didn't. So that's my bad.
Well, we can wait out 24 hours and you can get it.
No, it's not the way it works for me.
Okay.
For wizards, it's different. Like, you only get new spells when you level up. You can only get
Yeah.
You can only get 2, and you just have to prepare. I can prepare different ones, but I don't think any of the ones I have are going to. So
Right.
So I say we send Hans down the chute. No.
Oh, of course
I
you
guess
do.
it couldn't hurt.
Hans has a family.
At least that.
Don't you? Did you hear? He just got. Got married a few weeks ago.
Zitz
Ezra
shoots
would not be
Tanaeus a
okay with
glare
that,
like.
but Todd absolutely would.
Yeah.
Patrick thinks this is funny. Janae is also. No, we're not doing that. I'm the tank keeper.
I shoot Tanaeus a glance like. There will be no honeymoon if we don't handle this. So
Bad timing, right?
but
Honestly,
all right, if Knaus, if you want to risk it, God bless. And Hans is going in second.
you know what? Ever since that poker game, you've had it out for Hans.
I have nothing against Hans. It's actually Franz who I dislike him immensely for no reason.
It had nothing to do with that 10 gold you lost to Hans a few months ago in the poker game.
No, that's fine. I stole it back the second I lost it.
Of course you did. Fine.
Okay. Stick your hand in there. See what happens.
We don't mess with Franz. We mess with Franz. Yeah, I agree. I don't like Franz though that much.
Okay.
Oh, weird.
Poor Franz. Poor Franz. Said nothing so far. He's just quiet.
All right. Ganesh, you can have
Precisely.
inspiration.
Thank you.
It made me laugh. All right. So Franz, the one that wasn't liked very much, he's the one that's going to go into the shed. All right.
No one likes Franz.
He is
Weirdo.
shaking so much that you can hear his armor rattling as he takes his first step into the shed. And he just pauses. You can sense that he's just bracing for impact, right? Realizing he's still alive, he's like, whoa! Like, he's still alive. That's exciting. And so then he goes ahead and he walks up to the shaft that goes down in the ground. He leans over. He goes, that's a long ways. You want me to go down this thing?
Is it climbable, or would you just fall?
It looks like there's rungs. It looks like there's rungs hammered into the wall.
Yeah.
Do you want to come look? I mean, I didn't die when I came in here.
Yeah,
I will go in after Franz and give him a pat on the back. I will, when he's not looking, I will roll my eyes at him. But when I go into back in there was like, good job.
Yeah, you're gonna burn for that. Okay. He's like, oh, well, there's not enough room in here for everyone, so I'll step out here. And he quickly gets out of your way.
Typical Franz behavior.
Yeah. Such a Franz.
He's kind of like the nephew of Has Yoram.
All right, Franz this up. Yep.
That's how it runs in the family. All right, so are you going to start climbing down these rungs?
Yes, and just to make it clear, I am dressed in my armor again.
Okay, fully dressed up in your armor, fully equipped.
And I didn't prestidigitate myself to be dry.
Oh. So dry too. Very nice.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to let you give me, whatever fungal disease you're planning to give me.
You know me too well. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So, let's. What is the order in which you are climbing down these stairs? By the way, Kanesh, you cannot see the bottom.
Like it goes that deep, or
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Cannot see the bottom. But you're going first, right?
Yeah, I'm going first. I'm the tank.
Wonder Twin Powers. Activate. All right, Kaneas, you are approaching the bottom. Who's next?
Zith is going in last for sure.
I'll go second.
Yeah, I'm
Second.
gonna hold off.
Ezra goes second. All right. So, whoops. Ezra.
Something doesn't add up here.
Maybe it's a one-time trap spell.
All right. So there is a ladder here that goes all the way down. Allow me to explain a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
The shaft descends into a worked stone hallway. One end of the hall has collapsed, and the other terminates in a pair of giant ebony doors. A thin layer of mist swirls over the floor, and the air is unnaturally cold. As you step onto the flagstone, a voice from nowhere whispers, "Wait. Who is dead but cannot die? The Lord of Bones, whose embrace is patient but sure." The voice is clearly an illusion, Cadeas.
Yes, okay. Like
But make
signs of illusion back.
a religion check.
Okay. Get +2 to this.
Okay. That's it for you. All right, Ezra, make a
I mean, I'm
religion
assuming
check.
very much assuming
Sorry,
he's talking
I didn't.
Merkel, so
I didn't hear what you said. What kind of check?
Religion
Religion.
check.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Hmm.
Lord of Bones is a moniker for Merkel,
Yep.
god of the undead. Did y'all hear that whisper come through? Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
right now.
No. Just when I said it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lord
yeah,
of
yeah.
Bones, whose embrace
Yeah.
is patient but sure.
damn it. Do I see besides illusion magic, specifically looking at the door? Do I see any signs of magic?
Nope.
And there's a stair, and the stairwell goes farther down. I mean, not stair, the ladders go
No.
farther down. Right?
No. This is the bottom. You've landed on the bottom. So it's a little hallway. Basically, it has a ladder that was created. Like these rungs appear to have been hammered into the wall.
Hey, everybody, let's get in formation. Franz, behind me.
Oh, they didn't go down with you. What are you talking about?
Wait, where are Hans and Franz?
They're still.
Wait,
way up the
Franz
shaft.
did.
They're at the way up.
Franz
no,
did.
he got out of there. No, he's like,
Hmm.
there's probably not enough room for everyone in here to be climbing down. I'll be out here. So your two guards out there are gonna guard your 6. We've got your 6, guys.
Get your
Mm.
down here.
Good luck. Good luck down there.
Hans,
Mm.
don't you do this to us.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Okay, fine. We're on our way. Go on. Franz, you idiot. Get going. I mean, do we have to go fast? Yes, get down the ladder. I'm not very good at this.
Wait. Oh, why did I roll 2d100s?
Oh, I did, but let me try again.
Watch Hans.
Splat.
I would honestly say when I heard him screaming, I'd probably just put my arms up and catch him.
Here, try to catch him. Okay. I want you to, gosh, he'll have, let's see, at 120 feet, I think he would be approaching terminal velocity by the time he got. That's 12 dice of damage. Ooh. So, he's falling and
well, I mean, is he really falling? Are they both falling, or just him?
Just Franz, frightful Franz. All right, so Kineas, right. You really going to try to catch him? You could potentially take half that damage.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, and then you can save to see if you take less.
You know what? Okay? Instead of, and how much damage is he looking at? Sorry,
like 12 dice,
roughly. Oh, okay. So as Franz is passing me, yeah, I'm gonna stick him with a feather fall.
No, these guys are okay. Well, you can cast feather fall on him from the bottom because I think you guys have all reached the bottom. So you're all out on the map here at the bottom of the.
As long as it's within 60 feet, like as soon as I can see him falling towards us,
you're like bracing. Phew! All right. See, all right, good. Well, he gets to the bottom really fast, way faster than Hans does. And you feather fall him at the very end, and he just floats right into Kineas's arms. Ta-da!
I'm back here, you rabbit.
Ta-da!
I'll use the dumb spell slot.
A few. And then about 5 minutes later, Hans is seen climbing down the ladder as well. You freaking idiot. All right. So there we go. That then is where we will end tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens next week.
Mm.
So we are here at the entrance to Ebondeath's mausoleum. Welcome.
Can you throw what that whisper is in the chat, or repeat it so I can just type it down?
Yeah.
The bag of what is it? The lore of the bones, not the bag of bones.
Yeah, the bag of bones. That's it.
You guys did, but cannot die. Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. And so thanks everyone for watching tonight. There was at least one person watching the stream tonight. We're excited to have you here. Tell all your friend to come join you next time.